by the Boston boy himself, Tommy Toy Travels. Tommy, it's great to have you here. Tommy, where have you been? We've started this like 18 minutes late. So, you know what I mean? Keeping people waiting.
Are we live?
We are live. We are live. We are up. We are running. We are live. We are living our best lives, Tommy.
For everyone on the Apple podcast, you got a 3-minute intro of Days doing an intro, realizing that we weren't live, then doing another intro, and then realizing we weren't live, and then here we are.
How dare you reveal the secrets behind the scenes?
Oh, it's for the Apple podcast. Now everyone's going to run and want to listen to that.
Do you know what? You should listen to it. It is 3 minutes of me going, oh my God, just ended it. Just end it.
I hate this.
I hate this. Why's my life come to this?
Yeah,
it's me having a breakdown.
Where have I been? Was that what you asked?
Yeah, how's your week been? Let's start with that, and then we are going to get into predictions. But have you had a good week?
Yeah. I went to Mandy Moore on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
She's awesome.
Was she?
Remember when I got beef at AALIYAH?
Yes, but Mandy Moore didn't let you down.
Oh no, she played a tour debut in Boston.
Okay.
Her guitarist is a Boston boy, so they played some special stuff for the Boston, and she's from New Hampshire, so she's basically a Boston boy too.
I actually couldn't name a single Mandy Moore track, you know.
Have you ever seen A Walk to Remember?
No.
Have you ever seen Tangled?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen Back to the Future?
Yes.
Do you like Huey Lewis and the News?
No.
Okay.
So, money in the bank. Right,
okay,
we've got
I was supposed to say, right? Yes or no? Can I do the stream next week, right?
Yes or no.
Okay.
Can I just say I sort of presumed, and maybe it was wrong because I have already set up the stream thinking about it.
Okay, so here's the deal.
So
I can't really do the stream next
week
because I have movie tickets to see The Brain from 1988 and Brain Damage from 1989.
You don't need to go and see that.
So
if you want brain damage, just do the Money in the Bank stream.
Well, no, I can do the Money in the Bank stream. I can't do a whole WEP next week. I can only do like the first 15 minutes.
So you can do the Money in the Bank stream.
Yes. But next week I'm busy for this episode.
Okay. That's fine. In all fairness, I think John Cena's back next Monday. So
okay. We should just do a 15-minute episode, to be honest.
Just be like, did you see John Cena? You'll be like, no, I don't watch Raw. And I'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he came back.
Clickbait, John Cena returns.
John Cena returns.
Info.
Did you see him? No. Bye for now.
Yeah. So spoilers, that's going to be next week's
Spoiler
episode.
for next week's episode of the podcast. But that is next week's episode. So confirmed, you can do the Money in the Bank. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's my favorite pay-per-view of all time, so of course I'll be here.
What, the 2022 version?
Yeah.
Yeah, your favorite pay-per-view of all time it hasn't even happened yet.
No, but like, how can it not be good?
Amazing.
Did you see Raw last night?
I did. Did you?
It was so good. It was so good.
Okay.
Like, every moment was edge of my seat.
Wow. Well, we can definitely get into that, but
okay,
we are going to get into Money in the Bank first. I'm very aware that there could be people that are joining us for the first time that want to get to those sweet predictions.
Becky is getting the belt.
Becky is not even there.
She's gonna get the belt, isn't she? I thought she was going against Bianca.
No. I mean, just no. We couldn't be... You see, this is why we need... The person that's doing the Money in the Bank watch-along doesn't even know the matches that are there or the matches that have been cancelled, because at no point was Becky going for the belt.
Hayden's just saying it's confirmed. Hayden confirmed that Becky's getting the belt.
Okay, Hayden, don't encourage him, please. Thank you. Thank you, Hayden. Right, here we go. We're going to go to match number 1, and that match is for the United States Championship. It is the... No, that's the... No,
it's not?
No, that's... So, the United States Champion, Austin Theory, also known now as not Just Theory, but Theory. Don't call him Just Theory. He is taking on Bobby Lashley. So, that is our first match of the evening. What are your thoughts? We'll see where you are with your thoughts, and then we'll tidy it up.
Who is he going against?
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, who's that? Just kidding. He just got the belt, right?
He didn't get it that long ago. Yeah.
He's keeping it.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like this is a bit soon. The build for this has been a little bit strange. So this seems to be all about physique, and there's been a lot of pose downs and a lot of pose offs where they're both in the
last
ring.
Night?
Yeah, there was some of that on.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom during that. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, there was a lot of pose downs, a lot of flexing, and yeah, I mean, like, it's hard to know how this is gonna go. Like, Bobby should be good enough to beat Theory, but is he gonna beat him? Is there gonna be a count out? Is it gonna be a DQ? Could it be that Bobby wins, but he doesn't get the belt that way? Could it be that Bobby is counted out, or Bobby is DQ'd, or could there be some outside interference? I'm not expecting any outside interference, because that has not been a part of the build, and there hasn't been anything teased. There's no one that you could easily point at and go, it's going to be them.
I could. Yeah, I can.
Okay. Who might you go with?
Wyndham.
The Fiend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. It makes sense.
It makes sense. When you think about it, it does make sense. Can you just let me know why?
Okay, so it's two dudes talking about their physique, but the thing is, physique is not what makes a good wrestler. There are many facets to it. I was on a date and they asked me, how do you review wrestling toys? And I said, there are 4 aspects of it. So when it comes to wrestling, there are 4 aspects. There's character, there's physique, in-ring style, storytelling. Physique is one part. Yeah, Austin and Bobby Lashley have that, but they don't have the other 3. And Wyndham does have all 4.
Do you feel that, like, if Wyndham joins forces with, say, Theory, like, that would then be a complete wrestler?
It's going to be a shoot.
It's going to be a shoot. So he's just going to come through the crowd. Even Vince, creative. No one's going to know.
Yep.
Wow. That is going to... I tell you what.
It makes sense when you think about it.
When you actually sit down and break this down, that does make perfect sense. Wyndham is going to be there. Will he be dressed as the Fiend?
He'll have like a Halloween Fiend costume to... It's going to be about capitalism and the rising price of gas.
Well, that took a turn I wasn't expecting, but fair play. Fair play. Yeah. Someone needs to have that conversation.
Someone does, and it's going to be Wyndham.
And it's going to be Wyndham. In this.
It's going to be socialist Bray Wyatt. That's going to be his new gimmick.
Okay, so that's the first match. I... Personally, I'm not expecting any outside interference there.
Okay.
But
it does make sense. You do agree that?
I do agree with that, yes. Just so that I can get out of this conversation. Right, moving on. We have got Usos taking on the Street Profits. This is for the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. So, a lot of you, mainly Tommy, might be asking... What are the Undisputed?
No, I know. I watched Raw last night. I watched all 4 hours.
All 4 hours of Raw?
Yeah, so for everyone confused, the Undisputed is, they took the Undisputed Era, took out the Era, added tag team, and it's the Raw and SmackDown put together.
No, that is what it is, actually. It is the Raw, and it's not the Undisputed Era, but it is the Raw and the SmackDown.
It's the era of the Undisputed Champion, so it is the Undisputed Era. It's finally we have meaning to the Undisputed Era.
I think I preferred the Wyndham conversation.
But this one makes more sense when you think about it.
No, it does make more sense, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I feel like you are right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because we have an undisputed champ and an undisputed tag champs, right?
Yeah, and this is the era of that. So this must be the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you are right.
Yeah. So the Undisputed Era is going to, like the USOS Undisputed, they're going to retain.
Okay, what happened to your microphone? I think what's going on?
You can't hear a thing?
No, you're back. It's fine.
Okay.
Right, so Usos against Street Profits.
Yeah, Usos.
You're saying Usos?
Of course.
What makes you say Usos?
Oh, they're really good.
That's great. I mean, yeah, I've actually got that written down.
Really good.
They are really good. Yeah, so... no, I think, obviously, the Usos are a part of Roman and the Bloodline. This doesn't feel like the right place for them to be dropping the titles, not so close to like a SummerSlam. So yeah, I do agree. It seems really, really difficult to see them dropping the belts here. I think that keeping Roman and the Usos strong heading into SummerSlam makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I do agree. I can't see any outside interference there.
I can't, but I can see Street Profits breaking up real soon.
Can you?
Yep.
What makes you say that? Then
WWE breaks up everyone.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
All right. It's money in the bank.
If they do, I would really worry for Angelo Dawkins.
He's going back to NXT.
I feel the way you're saying this, it's like you just know everything that's... Have you got, like, inside sources?
I've been watching the product for, like, 15 years by now.
Right, so you just know it.
I just know it,
You just know it. Montez Ford, what do you think about him?
Oh, I saw someone post a picture of him on Twitter. He looks jacked. He's going to be a new All-Star.
Wow, okay. If they are going to split him, I would agree. If they're splitting him, I think they're splitting him because they're going to start really getting behind a Montez Ford solo run. But I think that might be a little further down the road. But who knows? You might have called it. You might have called it. Always. Right, let's get to next match. This is Mrs. Street Profit. This is Bianca Belair taking on Mrs. Corey Graves in Carmella, of all people. Now, God, this was a hell of a road trying to get here. But basically, this was going to be Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has picked up an injury, and we don't quite know what that injury. Yeah, well, we don't know. I mean, is it a boo-boo? It's a boo-boo, but we don't know how bad the boo-boo is. I've not seen any reports yet as to what it is. Maybe some people in the chat might know. And so put it in the chat if you've seen, or if you just want to make stuff up about what the boo-boo might be. I think that's pretty much wrestling journalism in 2022 anyway. So feel free to make some up in the chat. Feel free to make some up and put it on Twitter. I don't care.
And is it for like a belt?
This is for a belt. It is for a title. It is for the Raw Women's Championship. That's right. That is right, the Raw Women's Championship. So Bianca Belair is the champion. She won that title at WrestleMania by beating Becky Lynch. This was going to be Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was removed on Raw this week because of an injury. They did a fatal five-way to try and figure out who the replacement would be. In that match, you had the likes of Asuka, Becky, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Carmella. Carmella did seem like a bit of an odd one out because we haven't been seeing much of her recently. But it was Carmella that was victorious. Obviously, this sets up Bianca Belair as the face, taking on Carmella, the heel. It's nice and clean. There's been no build for Carmella whatsoever. This feels like Bianca's winning. all day, every day, and he's going to go into SummerSlam as the champion. There's 2 big shows coming up next. So I think it's SummerSlam, and then I think the show after that, I might be wrong on this, but Clash at the Castle is not that far away. So we've got those 2. I'll double check and see what else we've got coming up, but I know those 2 big shows are, round the corner. So I don't think they're going to want Carmella being the champion going into those. I think that it'll be Bianca retaining.
Yeah, first things first, just want to give a shout out to Michelle Thomas in the chat. And then I want to give a shout out for Alexa Bliss fan for saying she hurt her tooth. So thanks for knowing all that stuff. And yeah, I'm 100% with you.
So you're thinking that it's going to be Bianca retaining. Any outside interference or anything that you're thinking on those fronts? Not yet. We do have some like entrants that we need to try and predict when we get to the Money in the Bank. So there could be some surprise elements there. But in all fairness, I don't know how much of a surprise element and run-ins and returns we can expect from Money in the Bank. This was originally going to be a stadium show, but it's not now. Now it's moved to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. So I don't know if that might scale things back a little bit. Maybe if some of the big plans they had, they might just reduce them a little bit. Obviously, the one name that's kind of hanging in the air is Bayley. Bayley is someone that we've been waiting to see since, I think, like July of last year. She's been out the picture for a long time. And every big show that comes up, everyone's like, is Bayley going to make an appearance? Is Bayley going to make an appearance? There's a chance that she comes back here, or they might be saving her for SummerSlam. I keep talking about SummerSlam, but it is like arguably the second biggest show of the year, and it is just like on the horizon. So we saw Brock and Becky return at SummerSlam last year, so they could be saving Bayley for that. Or they might spring and we might have Bianca winning, and then Bayley comes running down. And then, boom, there's your SummerSlam match, Bianca and Bayley, and we could be heading for that at SummerSlam. So we've got a few options, and I suppose in a way they're the same options for our next match as well. This is the Smackdown Women's Championship match. In this one, we've got Ronda Rousey, the champion, who is taking on NATALYA. So Ronda Rousey taking on NATALYA. I believe Ronda won this title at WrestleMania Backlash. So she faced Charlotte at WrestleMania. She wasn't victorious. She then got the rematch at WrestleMania Backlash. It was a great women's match. It was really, really good, really fun. Fighting all over the arena. There was a few maybe silly moments in there, but I thought the match itself was really enjoyable. And Ronda wins the title. I would say since that point, apart from maybe one match against Raquel Rodriguez, who used to be Raquel Gonzalez in NXT, apart from that, her run has been a bit flat. So now we find her taking on NATALYA, which I don't know how I feel about this. I really like NATALYA, but NATALYA doesn't really get the juices flowing when it comes to credible opponents, when it comes to like star power. Like I agree. I really like NATALYA. She's a great wrestler, brilliant in ring. But is this the match that like everyone cannot wait to see? Like this just feels filler.
No, it's throwaway. Yeah,
it does feel a bit throwaway. But and it feels like Ronda's going to retain. Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't disagree.
Okay. And it also potentially could be a match that Bayley gets involved in.
That's not going to happen.
No. Do you think we see Bayley at this show, or
not at Money in the Bank?
No. You think they might be saving for SummerSlam?
Is that a fly?
It is a fly. It's some kind of flying thing. It is a fly. Confirmed. We do have those. We do have those in England.
Okay.
In fact, they're everywhere at the moment because I do live in.
I was watching some show and someone said they're from Essex, and I'm trying to remember what show that was.
Was it The Only Way Is Essex?
No. Oh, Oh no! So I was watching GCW, and that dude, Will Ospreay. He's from Essex. He's an Essex boy. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he... In my head, I've got the Swords of Essex, and I don't know what that is. And I don't know if that's got something to do with Will Ospreay, but I feel like that's a tag team. And I don't know if Ospreay's connected with it, or if it's just... There's a tag team that's called the Swords of Essex.
Okay.
I'll have to Google that after. It's not relevant.
I can Google it now.
You Google it now, whilst we go to our next preview of a match. And
it is not. Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
It is. Who's in it?
Right now, Scott Wainwright and Paul Robinson, but Robinson later replaced by Will Ospreay.
Ospreay was in the Swords of Essex.
Yep. And people say you only watch WWE.
That might be the greatest moment of my life. To pull that off the top of my head, I'm quite happy with that.
Oh, you're very smart man.
Thank you, and you're looking great today.
Likewise, cheers.
You seeing anyone at the moment, or?
Hey, you want to see something cool? So, like,
that's what she said.
Have you ever seen a vegetable like this?
What? No, what's that?
Like, right? It looks like some alien stuff, right?
Looks like Sideshow Bob's hair.
This part looks like celery.
Yeah.
This part's like some bulb. And then this is like parsley, or grass.
Yeah, what is it? What's it?
Fennel?
Fennel. I've never had it. I have heard of it.
Okay. I thought it was I thought it was celery.
But... What are you going to do with that? Just like have it as a pet?
I just figured it would be cool to show on the podcast, you know, Sean.
So you went past the shop, you saw it, and you went, "Wow, I'm gonna buy that."
That looks weird.
I'm gonna buy that. What's it called? Fennel, and show it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fair play. Right, let's go to our next one, the big one. It is the men's Money in the Bank, and we've got 3 mystery people that we need to try and figure out who's going to be in this, because we are doing this a little bit early. We have jumped the gun. I'm not going to apologize for that, but I can tell you that one of the matches, according to Wikipedia, is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. So it's going to be either Shinsuke or Sami that will take one of those 3 mystery places. So we need to try and figure out who those 3 mystery places are. If in the chat, put in your thoughts as to who could fill those 3 mystery places. We know that it's either Shinsuke or Sami for one, and we just need to figure out who the other 2 could be. I'm guessing maybe Finn Balor. Like, I'm thinking there's got to be someone from Judgment Day. Maybe it'll be Balor, and then at the last minute, Edge will join as well, and we get, like, Edge, Balor, and Sami Zayn, and maybe those will be the 3. But let me know in the chat who you think it is. Tommy can read out what people are putting in to the chat. And,
well, I just want to say everyone's really excited that we showed Fennel on stream.
I can believe that. You know, we've had a lot of requests since we started as to when we were going to do that. When would we actually get around to showing Fennel on stream? And it's just great that it's happened today of all days. I feel like we're making dreams come true.
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying Brock, a lot of people saying Finn, a lot of people saying Sammy, a lot of people saying Elias.
Ah, well, I'm wondering if Elias and Kevin Owens might cancel each other out. I mean, Kevin Owens, for whatever reason...
Getting cancelled?
No, not getting cancelled, but he doesn't seem interested in qualifying. So he seems too distracted by the Ezekiel Elias stuff. I mean, it seems like Money in the Bank is just going to pass them to by, and they're just going to stay in a feud. Because next week on Raw, we've got Kevin Owens taking on either Ezekiel, Elias, or L-Rod. We haven't been introduced to L-Rod yet, but apparently it's the 3rd brother. So, yeah, we don't know who that is, but I am expecting to see them on Raw next week. So, yeah, it seems like they're just, you know, going to continue with their feud. So I don't know. I don't know that I can see Kevin Owens getting into this. But who we do have in it is OMOS, the Nigerian giant, SHEAMUS, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. I feel pretty good that Sami's going to make it. And then I think some of the names that we're looking at, I think you could look at, as we said, Edge, Finn Balor. I think those stand a chance of getting in. I think it gets a little tricky after that, but there's, Brock. I don't know if I can see Brock making it. Brock's already got a guaranteed match at SummerSlam against Roman. So I don't know that he's going to bother going into Money in the Bank. So I don't think he needs to because he's already got his match. So, don't know. Any other names that we've got in the chat? It is a bit tricky to predict.
Someone said Days. Someone said John Cena, The Rock. People are just going crazy. Undertaker,
people are going
Miz,
crazy.
Big E.
We might have some like official, like these might be some. This might be scoops. These might be. These might be exclusives. Yeah. These might be exclusive.
A lot of people have said Days.
Okay, yeah. Well, it is a bit strange that I'm not going to be doing the watch along. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying. I'm just looking to see if there's anyone. I'm looking at the current roster. Anyone that kind of jumps out as to who it could be, and like you know, some more alternatives. Let me filter this by Raw. So it's not. I don't think it'll be AJ Styles because I think I'm right in saying, didn't qualify. Bobby has already got a match. Could be Jinder. You know, they could throw someone like Jinder in. I hope they don't, but they could throw someone like Jinder in there. Won't be MVP because Moss is already in there. Randy Orton is injured. Rey Mysterio would have been cool, but he's obviously doing his thing with Dominic, so don't think he'll go in. Let's just have a look at SmackDown. It won't be Big E. Kofi could have been fun. They could have had someone like Kofi go into it, but don't think they'll go that way. Gunther is the Intercontinental Champion, so I don't think they'll go that way. Happy Corbin, I don't think they'll put him in.
Jim Gore says T-Bar.
T-Bar? Ricochet would be a good addition if you think about it, because Ricochet is a high flyer. He's just lost the Intercontinental Championship, so putting him in this match would make sense. So Ricochet, I think, stands a chance going into it. Who do you think's going to win it? I'm going to say that I think Seth Rollins wins it. So I think Seth wins it. The person that I want to win it would be Sami Zayn, because I would love to see Sami Zayn. I think he'd be so much fun with the briefcase. And I also think that he really struggles to get to that main event. And I think this would be the door to, you know, get him there. So I think it'll be Seth. I want it to be Sami. Your thoughts?
I am 100% on the same page as you. I think Sami would be really fun, and that would tell a really great storyline. But it seems like, based on what I've seen on Twitter, the media, they're starting to build up the Seth versus Roman. And what better way to do that than if he has a briefcase?
Yeah, good point. So, any other thoughts when it comes to the men's Money in the Bank? We've both given who we want and who we think. I can't think of any surprises. I know people love surprises, but I can't.
Money in the Bank.
It's not really. I know there has
not Royal
been.
Rumble.
We have had like Brock come running down, and that wasn't like expected, and all of that. But I would say that was an exception. That's not the norm. So, yeah, you are right. It's not the Royal Rumble. I think by the time we get to it, we should largely know everyone who's going to be in it. But even looking at the other options and people that it could be, I feel like they will go with Seth. How would you feel about Finn winning it?
Okay, but I don't really understand storyline. What do you do?
Well, he's kind of the unofficial leader, isn't he, of Judgment Day? And him walking around talking about like how he's got the power in his hands and he's got the future of WWE in his hands, it kind of does elevate him a little bit. It does make him a threat. And you could say that that then helps make Judgment Day a threat, because they can obviously come down, attack the champion. He can then cash in when he wants, you know, so they're, do you know what I mean? They're like a pack of hyenas, really. I'm kind of thinking that might make sense, and it might help elevate Judgment Day. I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that if Finn Balor was to win it, but yeah. I don't think it'll be Drew, because Drew is surely facing Roman at Clash at the Castle. And I hate it when someone wins Money in the Bank and they cash it in and hand it in beforehand. Like, it's brilliant when they're running down with the briefcase and then they, like, cash it in. So, yeah, I don't want it to be Drew. I don't want it to be Drew and then he cashes it in and then we get that's how we get to Clash at the Castle, which is, like, the UK pay-per-view. I don't want that. So, yeah, hoping for Sami. Don't mind Finn. I think it'll be Seth. Have you got a favourite cash-in before we just finish up with the women's? Is there one that comes to mind?
Baron Corbin, because I saw it in person.
Oh, you was there for that. And Cena, Cena stopped him, didn't he?
Someone did.
I think it was Cena. I think it was Cena.
It's funny.
And it was a failed cash-in, wasn't it? That's cool that you got to see a cash-in. Like, what was the crowd reaction like? People booed. He's not massively popular though, was he, Corbin? He wasn't a very popular Money in the Bank winner. Oh, your audio's cut out again.
Isn't that how Big E won it, too?
Is that how Big E won it?
Yeah, the championship. Did he cash in?
Did Big E cash in?
That was in Boston when he cashed in and won it. So I wasn't there. I was probably on a date.
Oh, wow. Knowing you. Right, let's get to our final match. Okay, so this is
women.
The women. Here come the girls. Girls. Here we go.
Spice up your life.
Yes, and we're going to do that with Raquel Rodriguez, Alexa Bliss, Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan. Those are the only 4 that have been announced so far. It's those 4. I'm just having a look to see if there are any others that could go in. Asuka did win last night. She's not been added to this graphic, so Asuka is in this as well. She actually beat Becky Lynch, so Asuka is one of those 3. And as well as that, we've got AALIYAH or SHOTZI is going to take a spot. It's surely that's going to be SHOTZI. So I think SHOTZI will take one of those spots. And then that should leave one more spot. So I don't know. I know like people will speculate that could be Bayley. And I suppose it could be Bayley if they keep it a mystery. If it's going to be like we go into Money in the Bank and it's a mystery person, who's it going to be? I would have to think they would be going for someone quite big, quite impressive if they don't fill these positions. But there's every chance that by the time we get to Money in the Bank, all the participants have been announced. So yeah, I think I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn as to whether Bayley is actually going to be at this show or not. But Raquel, Alexa, Lacey, Liv, Asuka, AALIYAH or SHOTZI. I think it'll be SHOTZI. And then whoever this mystery person is, what are your thoughts?
Liv or Asuka, baby.
Liv or Asuka? I tell you what, there would be a great response if it was Liv. She seems to be quite popular.
Yeah.
Who is it that you want? If that's who you think, who do you want?
I want Liv. I think it's the time.
Oh,
but also it's the time for Asuka too. Like, come on.
She's been away, Asuka, for a long time, and I think she's been used well since she came back. But she's just been in this little feud with Becky. I think it depends if Becky is going to get a spot. I think Becky probably is the most likely to get added that's not there already, because she's on the poster and they're making a big deal about her wanting to be there, and at the moment she just can't win a match, can't qualify. She didn't win that match to face Bianca, that fatal 5-way. Carmella won that. She lost against Asuka, so she's not in the Money in the Bank match. I do expect her to find a way into it. If she doesn't find a way into it, I think there's every chance she interferes. I could see her running down to the ring and costing Asuka the victory. If she's gonna cost someone, it'll be Asuka, because they're in a bit of a feud at the moment. So maybe Becky does that, and maybe we get Becky versus Asuka. Maybe at SummerSlam. Maybe that's what we're building towards, is those two going to go up against each other. So, yeah, I don't know. I could see Becky, Asuka maybe getting in each other's way. That, I think, is going to open it up to Liv. I think with Alexa as well, they know they've got a big star. And the thing is, with Alexa, I mean, I don't know if she's still selling loads of Lily dolls, but the Lily dolls could be really significant, because
you can only hold one thing.
Well, she won't be holding that at the time that she's trying to get. I don't think she'll be wrestling whilst holding the Lily doll.
Well, I mean, like, if she has the Money in the Bank, she has to hold both, and then she doesn't have a free hand. That's too much.
She can get away with that, though. I wouldn't see that as a barrier.
With both hands. She likes holding that doll with both hands.
But she can adapt. She's shown that she can evolve. She can adapt. She is adaptable.
I guess, but I just don't. I think you're thinking too much into this.
Or maybe I'm not thinking enough.
We already established you're very smart.
And you're looking great today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool,
Thank
you. So you're wanting it to be Liv.
If it's not Liv, I will never live stream Money in the Bank ever again.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I just have to hope that it's Liv then.
Okay.
I honestly, I am so excited for your live stream. I have every plan to watch it in its entirety once I finish with spoilers. I'm going to watch your live stream. So, right, let's jump into the community. Is there anything in the community that should be raised up or great? Right. I think it probably makes sense to end it there, because there is a bit of lag. There is lag.
No updates. Next.
We cannot escape the fact that there is lag.